Coming up next on MT10 News, see where MTSU ranks in the state's annual campus safety report.
Students finally have closure with the string of car burglaries from April.
And it's hockey time in Smashville once again.
All those stories plus your latest weather, MT10 News starts right now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Garrett Walker.
And I'm Lauren Frederick. Welcome to MT10 News. In comparison to other universities in Tennessee, MTSU is moving up in the ranks of safety. According to the state of Tennessee's yearly campus safety report, MTSU's number of reported sexual assaults have decreased in the last year, while sexual assault reports on campuses such as Vanderbilt and the University of Tennessee at Knoxville have tripled. However, these numbers are still not reassuring to some students. Many students feel that more measures could be taken to enforce campus safety.
It's going down, then it's too late. Obviously they're going to be there in a good 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but whatever sexual action or physical action that's going down it's already happened, so there ain't nothing you can do about it but prepare later. So maybe you should have more security around that, just kind of, they're just there to be there.
MTSU does strive to ensure safety for its students by requiring keyed entry to residence halls after 9 p.m. and keeping campus police on duty 24/7.
Back in April, car break-ins were reported around Scarlett Commons. Now the suspect has finally been identified. Reporter Lauren Davis has more information on the ongoing investigation.
Residents in the Scarlett Commons apartments on MTSU's campus were awoken one night in late April by unusual sounds that many dread to hear.
It occurred to me that the night before I heard a car alarm going off, and it might have been my car.
Resident Alexis Bergen explained that she woke up hearing what she believed was a random car alarm, but she soon found out it was more than just that.
Okay, well, I was a little uncomfortable. Someone was in my car, I know it was locked, so I didn't necessarily feel unsafe, but I felt my stuff wasn't safe.
It took many residents by surprise. When some students like Alexis Bergen got into their car the next morning, they noticed that something was slightly off.
Noticed that all of my stuff, my glove box was open. I had stuff taken out of my glove box. My registration was out of there, my insurance card was out, it was just thrown over my seat. I had a GPS in there, and that was just on the floor.
The culprit of the crime was finally identified as Thomas Castelaw. Castelaw was arrested with active warrants of burglary and vandalism not exceeding $1,000.
Castelaw has pleaded guilty in his court case on Wednesday, allowing many like Alexis Bergen to rest easy. For MT10 News, I'm Lauren Davis.
This investigation is still ongoing, and no further information has been released at this time.
The national conversation about race and protest will turn its eyes to Rutherford County this month. The National Socialist Movement, a white national movement based out of Detroit, Michigan, will join other groups to hold a White Lives Matter rally in front of the Rutherford County Courthouse on October the 28th. City officials are meeting this week to determine if the event meets city and county guidelines before it is approved. Mayor Shane McFarland says officials are taking this very seriously to prevent the type of violence we saw in Charlottesville.
A once glorified Metro police officer was forced to resign yesterday. Officer Jonathan Frith turned in his letter of resignation Tuesday after resisting a police stop and evading arrest, following a dispute with a neighbor. On Monday, Metro opened an investigation on the matter, but closed the investigation after Frith resigned. Frith was honored with the Employee of the Month in the year 2015 when he led the response to the theater shooting in Antioch.
A local attorney who has a long history of defending those charged with DUIs was charged with one himself. David King was arrested for driving under the influence and simple possession of marijuana on Monday night in Greenbrier. King is most known for representing Brandon Vandenberg in the high-profile Vanderbilt football rape case, but is also president of the Davidson County Drug Court Foundation. The organization was formed in 2009 and provides alcohol and drug counselors as well as financial support to those facing charges.
2 people in Murfreesboro were arrested after police found a sawed-off shotgun and meth in their vehicle. A domestic disturbance call led to 33-year-old Jennifer Gallo's car, where she and 28-year-old James T. Thomas were arguing. The police officers conducted a probable cause search after smelling marijuana when they discovered a sawed-off shotgun and crystal meth in the car. Both were charged with possession of a prohibited weapon. Gallo was charged with simple possession of a Schedule II drug. They will both appear in court in December.
The violence we saw in Las Vegas last week claimed the lives of people from many walks of life and from all over the country. One of those 58 lives was that of Sonny Melton, a brother, a son, a nurse from nearby Big Sandy, Tennessee. Sonny was laid to rest today in front of a crowd of a few hundred at Big Sandy High School. Why Not Me was played at the end of the service, and a song written by Eric Church, Sonny's favorite artist. In honor of him, Sonny had planned to see Church perform at the Grand Ole Opry last week.
And man, Lauren, the weather today was just so beautiful. I hope that it can just continue out for the rest of the week and fall break.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the weather. It's cooled down, a little bit less humidity. And we have J.R. Smith with more on weather. J.R.?
Yeah, Garrett, I'll tell you what, the weather is really nice right now. It's a little cloudy outside, but that's okay. With the sun away for just a little bit, we can sort of enjoy the nice breeze, enjoy the weather. Right now, your current condition, 67 degrees outside, and I predict that that'll go down a little bit. You may need your rain jacket tonight if you go outside, go see a movie, whatever you decide to do. The wind's blowing just a little bit, 9 miles an hour, 77% humidity. The big thing, though, right now is it hasn't rained any, but that's okay. It rained quite a bit earlier this week, and it may rain a little bit later this weekend, but as so far, right now, none. Some weather updates for you. So far today, there are 14 reports of colds in Murfreesboro. So you may want to stay inside. I don't know. Now, that's just from the National Weather Service, so there may be even more. There's probably more colds out there, but that is what is predicted. It's great running weather tonight, though. I will tell you that. Also, expect cloudy conditions this weekend. For your 7-day forecast, that's coming up, but right now I'll toss it back to the desk.
Still ahead on MT10 News, some local residents are upset about a new construction project in their neighborhood.
And see what factory is getting a large expansion. That's coming up next on MT10 News.
Sazerac plans to put a distillery in an upcoming neighborhood here in Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro citizens who reside in the subdivision off of Florence Road are upset about the possibility of the whiskey brewing factory being built near their homes. People who live in the community worry about the potential problems of whiskey fungus, unwanted traffic in their neighborhood, and the safety of their children. The residents believe that the distillery would be better placed somewhere that isn't near a growing community.
And Smyrna's Nissan battery plant is getting an expansion. The factory, which was built in 2012, has about 8,400 workers and will be expected to have over 26,000 square feet starting next month. Smyrna Planning Commissioner Vice Chairman Tim Morrill says the importance of Nissan in the Smyrna community is immeasurable. Builders say that the expansion should get completed by the end of the year.
A worldwide known shopping website is about to make a big decision soon on whether or not they're going to sell prescription drugs on the market. Amazon is on the brink and is on its final stages of deciding if selling online prescription drugs will be worth it. The officials say is to be made before Thanksgiving, and if the decision is to move forward with the plans of selling the drugs, then the company plans to start broadening their senior team with drug supply experts. According to sources that are familiar with Amazon's strategic thinking, the company is well aware of the complexities.
I believe it's not a good thing because everyone can use this advantage to order any prescription online, and they might use it for the wrong way. We know it's a good way for people need it.
MTSU is a large campus, so walking it is easier said than done. One way MTSU fixes the problem is through the bus system. With the MTSU app, students can find their closest stop, choose their route, and track the buses live. The buses run daily Monday through Friday and have 29 stops divided among 3 routes. With more than 450 acres on campus, taking the bus looks like the best choice.
I'm guesstimating here, but that seems like a 2-mile walk, and it's like 85 degrees out, and I've got a 20-pound backpack, so I don't feel like doing that.
You can visit the Apple or Google Play Store to download the MTSU mobile app.
National Fire Prevention Week is upon us, and the Murfreesboro Fire Department is here to help. Fire Prevention Week is to inform community members and students around the nation on how they can prevent fires from happening within their homes, schools, jobs, and backyards. The National Fire Protection Association estimated over 1 million fires in the U.S. last year. As fall approaches, Captain Chris Mickelon of the Murfreesboro Fire Department urges residents to stay safe when having bonfires.
It's getting cooler. People are spending more time together outside, grilling, having bonfires. So what we ask with the fire department is that you call our fire administration if you're going to do a bonfire outside.
Captain Mickelon also says that the best way to prevent a fire is to be aware of your surroundings. For more information on fire safety, contact the Murfreesboro Police Fire Department.
Still ahead on MT10 News, the Boy Scouts made a huge announcement today.
And we still need to talk about Hockeytown getting its hockey back.
Hey, and what about fall break weather destinations? You'll find out those as well after the break.
The Boy Scouts of America celebrated International Day of the Girl by announcing an historic decision. The organization will now allow girls into the Cub Scouts program. The BSA says they have been receiving requests for this change from girls and families for years. The Girl Scouts of America said in a statement that the decision was reckless and an attempt at undermining their organization in response to the Boy Scouts' decreasing membership rates.
And fall break is starting this weekend. So do you have any plans for fall break?
I plan on sleeping and eating and resting because midterms just has me worn out from this week. So hopefully we have some good weather going where we can go out and enjoy ourselves. So JR joins us now with your main look at weather.
Well, Lauren, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people are looking for fall break destinations. So I got the top 4 fall break destinations from around the world and got them from worst to best. We'll start off with Tokyo, Japan. Right now, for this weekend, it's going to be 64 degrees there, 80% chance of precipitation, maybe not too good. Third worst on the list, we have Gatlinburg, Tennessee, a little bit closer to home. It's going to be a little partly cloudy. 23% chance of precipitation, though. Only 3 miles per hour, though, is the wind gust. So a little bit better on that side. Second on the list, second best, we have Paris, France. 73 degrees this entire weekend. That's the average. Only 10% precipitation. And finally, the best place to go for fall break, Djibouti. Yes, it's going to be 97 degrees this weekend. 0% chance of rain. I'll tell you what, if there is a place that you want to go that you don't want to sleep, that's the place that you need to go. As for here in Middle Tennessee tonight, we have up top we have Jamestown, 53 degrees, Crossville, 52 degrees. We go on to West Tennessee, Waverly at 52, Waynesboro 52 as well. The radar right now, it's looking pretty good around us, but if you go up north just a little bit towards New York, Cleveland, Ohio, there's rain around them. There's a little bit rain below us, not so much around here. That's a good sign for now, especially with the amount of rain that we've had, especially last weekend. You look at the local radar, 0% rain anywhere. I will tell you there is a little bit of rain right now going on below Chattanooga, but other than that, there really isn't a whole lot of anything. As for tomorrow, go up top, Jamestown, 71 degrees, McMinnville, 75. you would figure that their temperatures would be a little bit lower than being on the plateau. They're actually higher than some of these other places. Clarksville 72, Nashville 74, Portland 70. For your 7-day forecast for the week, tomorrow it's going to be 74 degrees, low of 50. Friday and Saturday we're on the same kind of track as well, low 80s, high 60s as our low. As for Sunday, we're going to get some rain. So whether you're out at church, watching a football game, wherever you may be, there is a 40% chance of rain for that. Monday and Tuesday, 2 big fall break days. It's going to be partly cloudy though on that Monday, high of 65. For Tuesday, a low of 44, so it's not too bad. And our first day back that we come back to school on Wednesday, I know that everybody will be very excited about that. It's going to be a high of 72, low of 49, so you want to put out your shorts, bring out your t-shirt. A great time to do that. You will get the chance on your first day back on Wednesday. That's all I have for weather. I'll toss it back to the desk.
Thanks, JR. Still ahead on MT10 News, David James will be here to preview this weekend's football.
And see how the MT softball team is succeeding off the field. That's coming up next on MT10 News.
And with the Predators hockey team starting out last night, David's going to talk about a team that really most people probably wouldn't know about with the MTSU hockey team.
Yeah, that should be interesting, especially since UTK is coming to play here soon. So we have David James that's joining us now with a look at MT10 sports.
Thank you, guys. Nashville fans followed the Predators' deep playoff run all the way to the Stanley Cup final. And although many Middle Tennesseans are big fans of hockey, reporter Garrett Walker shows us a team you haven't heard of.
Welcome to Ford Ice Center in Antioch, where the MTSU hockey team practices and calls home.
Definitely be like a household name in this area and on campus.
The Blue Raiders enter their 3rd season competing against other college club teams and building a program from scratch.
It's difficult to keep up. I mean, we're out here trying to figure out ways that we can stretch our ice time, that we can keep our stamina up while we're skating with these guys who have 4 lines when we only have 2.
This team started from next to nothing, picking up players every year and slowly building piece by piece. Although this team is currently lacking bodies, the players a part of this team are excited to see what the future holds.
The hope is to see this team grow. It's to see this team with guys overflowing on the bench, seeing these guys come out to tryouts and there be 40 guys on the ice ready to play, dying to play.
For MT10 News, I'm Garrett Walker.
The Blue Raiders host their first home game of the season later this month, Sunday, October 29th against Tennessee at Ford Ice Center in Antioch. The Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders got a big away game against University of Alabama, Birmingham. After a huge victory last weekend, the Blue Raiders hope to continue their success. The 3-3 Blue Raiders play against the 3-2 Blazers on Saturday. This will be a huge game for John Urzua as he makes his 5th start of the season. Start time will be at 5:30 p.m. Who do you think will win? Who will you think will take the victory? Let us know on Twitter at MT10 News. The Oakland Patriots will be following the Stars towards Siegel. The undefeated Oakland High Patriots will take on 3-4 Siegel High Stars. It will be the biggest battle of the night against 2 in-county rivals. The game will be at Siegel High, starting at 7 p.m. Will the Patriots' undefeated season continue, or will the Stars be in line for Siegel? The Nashville Predators just made a huge comeback. This is one for the books against the Philadelphia Flyers. The Preds took a 3-0 lead to start off the game, but the Flyers ended up tying the game 3-3. The Flyers took lead in the beginning of the 3rd period, but with 3 goals late in the period, the Preds got 3 goals of 2 of them in the final minutes of the game. The Preds will have to get ready for another game against the Dallas Stars in Smashville at 7 p.m. During a 4-game win streak, one team is not only being recognized for their performance on the field, but also honored for their performance beyond it. Sports reporter Lamonte Solomon had the pleasure of meeting with Middle Tennessee State's Blue Raiders softball team and learning about their accomplishments.
For the Lady Raiders softball team, Planting a seed and watering the soil is all a part of growing into champions. By Easton and the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association ranks the softball team 4th in the nation amongst every other D1 softball program for their 2016 to 17 academic success. Their GPA of an overall 3.616 places them first in line ahead of every D1 college in the state of Tennessee, such as UTK, TSU, and ETSU. To some, this comes as a surprise, but some players say it was all a part of their game plan.
My freshman year, I suggested that our team have an overall GPA of a 3.5 when we were setting our goals, and all of our upperclassmen laughed at me.
But even laughs could not keep the ladies from sticking to their goal. When asked about the route it took to achieve this national honor, it went back to one word.
When you care about the person that's to your left and to your right, you want them to do well, not only on the field, but you want them to do well in the classroom, and they just hold each other accountable.
For some, this plaque on the wall just might be a sign, but for the softball team, it means more.
I think what's great is on our door every day when they walk in, they touch a placard or a piece of wood that says family on it, and they really buy into it.
Winning a game poses as a challenge within itself. Being number 1 in the state is something any team would like to get the hang of, but the Raiders head coach says it comes with being a champion every day.
I ask them every day, were you a champion in life today? Well, and our 3 goals for that is, are they a champion academically, are they a champion socially, and are they a champion, athletically? And if they can lay their head down at night and say, I was a champion in those 3 areas, then we got something good going on.
With MT10 News, I'm Lamonte Solomon.
The Lady Raiders plan to stay ranked in the top 10 to eventually reach the number 1 spot. But until then, they play Chattanooga State as we speak. Well, that's all for MT10 Sports. I'm going to have to send right back to the desk.
Local artists will show off their work in the City Hall Rotunda for the October Borough Art Crawl. The October Borough Art Crawl celebrates its 2nd birthday from 6 to 9 this coming Friday evening. And what a better way to start celebrating Halloween on Friday the 13th during this month. Local businesses will be decorating and handing out candy, all while participants run around the borough in a scavenger hunt. Anyone who completes the scavenger hunt will have their name put in a drawing for various prizes at the end of the night.
8 years ago today, 16 students at a school in New York voted October 11th would be National Stop Bullying Day. The students wanted to bring awareness to the issue and put a stop to bullying across the world. National Stop Bullying Day follows National Mental Health Day, which was celebrated yesterday. Join us in spreading awareness by using hashtag National Stop Bullying Day on social media. And any students seeking help can visit the Counseling Service Center in KUC. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we're
Thanks for joining us.
Thank
I'm
you
Warren Frederick. That's Garrett Walker. Hope to see you all next week.